Morning everyone and welcome to my channel. Excuse me. Isn't that typical right at the start? As soon as you start to speak you need to cough. How are you all doing this morning? It was brighter earlier, it's gone a little bit duller now, but it's still quite a nice day compared to what it's been lately. Temperature seems to be rising a bit as well, which is nice. I'm here today with Scarlett, as you can see, and I'm not going to do Wednesday. I always think I'm going to say that wrong. I'm going to do a changing video, and I'm going to change her into a few things she had already, and I'm going to add one of the little flowery top with the Peter Pan collar that came with the haul the other day. I thought I'd try it out and see what it looks like. I haven't tried it on any of them yet, but I'm sure it's going to fit her perfectly, so I thought we'd give it a go this morning. So the usual socks that I like on them from Next, little tiny white socks. Washerwoman headband, as I call them, from eBay. These are those sort of pinky, I don't know what colour to call them, pinky plummy sort of colour leggings that I got from H&M the other week. That was in a haul I showed you. And then the top with the, I keep wanting to say Pico collar this morning for some reason, with the Peter Pan collar and the little gathered edging on the sleeves and all the flowers and everything. And it buttons down the back with these lovely, I'm always out of shot. I need to practice that, don't I? With these little flowery buttons. So I'll just undo those first before we get started. So it makes it easier, and then we'll get to it. So I'm just gonna try and reach over a little bit without getting, if I pull her down slightly, can you still see her? There you are. That just makes it a bit easier for me, because I put her trying to lean around the tripod and across the edge of the bed. It's a bit difficult. So I'll take off these. This is a lovely outfit. I was thinking of leaving it on for the Theme Thursday, because I'm going to do Theme Thursday today, like I often do on a Wednesday, because we're always busy on a Thursday and not at home for most of the day. So there you go. Let's cover up your necessaries. I like H&M do some vests. But they work out quite expensive, because they're something like $5.99 for two, but they have a round neck and little poppers on the shoulder, and they are much easier to stop that. They're neater, you know, like you've got the envelope neck, which is wonderful for babies, but with these it doesn't cover their cloth so much. It can leave a gap around the neck, especially if you put a long sleeve one under a dress or a pinafore or dungarees, you know, something like that. But these other ones, they make it look like a t-shirt when you put it under something. I really should get some more. I always think about afterwards. That's just typical of me. Think of the practicalities of something afterwards, and then when I buy something, I buy spontaneously. Oh, that's nice, I like that, that's pretty, I'll have that. You know, that kind of thing. And then I never think of things like, oh, I could do with more tights for my girls, especially like white or cream to go with everything. I could do with some more vests with poppers on the shoulder. That would be really handy and practical. You know, that kind of a thing. I never think about that. I just, I got a mind like a child. It just goes to whatever. Right, a little bold peanut. There's another peanut, isn't it? So I'll just put this little top on her. I wanted to say thank you as well to all my new subscribers. Thank you for popping along. Hope you'll enjoy the channel and you'll stay. And also to Cara and All About Nora and everyone else who's done my tag, my little mini tag about the theme days. That was really nice, thank you. I really appreciated that. It was something just started spontaneously, wasn't it? It wasn't intentional to start as a tag, it just happened. when we were chatting away. I wish that would happen more often with good ideas. But they just come to you like that, don't they? You'll be in the middle of something else, and then all of a sudden, don't worry, I'll put it back where you can see it now. All of a sudden, something just pops in your mind, doesn't it? I'd like to know where it comes from. You know, where in the universe do these bright ideas come from? Because sometimes you surprise yourself, don't you? And then other times you do it the other way. You do something completely silly, or have a really bad idea which you think is going to be okay, and look at that, isn't that cute? And then you think afterwards, why did I think that? Why did I think that would work? Why did I think that was a good idea? So it's funny how the old mind works, and old is getting what's the word for it? See, it's happening. Old is getting more relevant for my brain, I think. So because I'm 60 on my next birthday, so it feels like a major milestone. When I was young, oh my god, this is a struggle. Oh my goodness me, good job you're not real. Yay, that looks nice. When I was young, I never felt grown up. Well, you don't even when you're older, do you? But no one tells you that. But I never felt grown up. I've always sort of kept for a long time a sort of childish streak, and I see it in my kids, with like childish fun streak, and that kind of a thing. And I always wondered what I would be like when I was 60, because you do, don't you? When you're young, you're like 25 or something, you think to yourself, I wonder what I'll be like when I'm 60. I wonder what I'll look like and what I'll be doing. Because when you're like 25, it's a million years away, isn't it? You don't realise it's going to come along so quickly. And especially now, these days, as life is getting busier and busier, everyone's saying like, oh, we're getting old now and all the rest of it. But I can promise you, even my youngest is 27. And I'm sure my daughter-in-law is 25. I always get mixed up because there's so many of them now. But they say the same. I think it's just that life is so busy, and we've got all this technology now, which it does make life easier, but it also puts us under more pressure, because you can get reached by anybody at any time. Anyone can reach you. There's no peace from the phone. Obviously you can do the usual, you can turn it off and that kind of thing. But then you get that people are worried then because they can't reach you. Like family will want you then. It won't be somebody like business where you can think to yourself, oh, go away with yourself. If you want me, write a letter. Because that's what I always think, oh, for goodness sake, if you want me, write a letter and I'll email you, or email me, something like that. Just pop your clothes around the other way. And I wonder, does anyone else feel like that? You just think to yourself, oh, for goodness sake, is there no peace? And things like, the world is 24/7 now, isn't it? It used to be most people worked Monday to Friday, and then all the dads mostly would go off in the mornings, and the street would be quite empty, and then they'd all come back at tea time, and we used to be able to play in the streets. I used to push my pram up and down the street, on the road, not on the pavement, because you only had to look out for the occasional car. And Sunday was a really quiet day, not so many people had cars in those days, and some people would go out for a Sunday run. Sometimes Dad used to do that in the afternoon, and it used to be funny because I never thought about it at the time, because you're just a child, aren't you? But if there was anybody in front of us who was like really, really slow, or one of those drivers that makes you worried because their driving isn't that good, and you're thinking, oh, what are they going to do next? And you start getting slightly wary, don't you? And you start to want to pull back from them just in case. And he'd always be like, Sunday drivers, nuisance, get off the road, just Sunday driver. And you think to yourself, well, you're a Sunday driver, Dad. We're out on a Sunday afternoon like everybody else. But I think he meant I think his thinking was the people that don't drive all week and then decide to go out on a Sunday afternoon for an hour. Take mum somewhere to look at the sea, or Do you remember when people used to sit on the side of motorways and eat sandwiches and drink out the flask and the side of the roads? Do you remember that? And just sit there for a while, like park up for a while and have a rest, or just go and sit there. I think some of them must have. And then they'd be sitting there, you know, Nan and Grandad or these older couples with their sandwiches and their flasks and their little chairs, parked up on a verge or a grassy area. Oh, but we had more fun then. I mean, you didn't fear every single thing. You know, now you feel you're watched constantly, and you know when we've got so much available to us that it eats into our time, and I think that that's another reason why the days go so fast, because like I say, there's no peace in a phone. And then we're online now. Well, you know yourself, you can be online for 2 hours and not realise that you've been online for 2 hours. Well, before, you'd be bored, so you'd like do a bit of extra housework, or you'd do the ironing, watching something on the telly in the afternoon, or you know, you'd sit and do a bit of knitting while it's quiet, you know, that kind of a thing. And that made the days longer. But now we're never really bored, are we? It's always one thing after another after another. So I think that really is what's shortening our days. That, you know, our vision of, or our I don't know what the right word is, but our taking on, you know, of what the day, our sense of the time in the day, you know, that we've got and to do. And there's always things to do, isn't it? I mean, like, we're both retired now. I gave up work. I don't actually officially retire till I'm 67 in 6 months. But we're both basically retired now, because I don't work because I'm disabled and I've got illnesses. And then hubby is 10 years older than me, so he's 69, so obviously he's retired. But we are actually still quite busy, because it works out that you don't think this when you're younger, but it works out that, you know, well, mind you, we're both a little bit poorly, so it probably makes a difference, but you end up doing things, like you do more for the kids, like babysitting and things like that. And then the things that you used to do before, that you could run around and do in a few hours, take you longer now. So you never really get that idyllic peace and quiet where you had these long, lazy summer days type feeling, you know. It doesn't work out like that. You're either rounding up grandkids and taking them to places in the summer, which is lovely. I enjoyed the Otter Sanctuary last summer with the kids and the beach and different things. It was great. I really enjoyed that. It's nice to take them. It's nice to go on your own, but it's also nice to take the kids, because they enjoy it, and their little faces, and show them all interesting things, isn't it? And that's what being a grandparent is all about, isn't it? It would work out nice if we had more room in our car. You know, we could only fit 3 of them in there with a squash. So, but what we need is a coach. Be like a school trip, wouldn't it? You know, like the was it the Von Trapp family of the musical? That escapes me. I can see it in my mind now. It'll come back to me in a minute. You know, with Julie Andrews. That one, everyone knows it, but it's gone out of my mind now. Sign of Old Age. Oh yeah, that's right, same one there. That when I was younger, I used to think to myself that I'll feel grown up when I'm 40. So, and then I got to 40 and I was quite happy being 40. A lot of people dread it, don't they? But I was actually more unhappy about being 30, because I found my 30s was a weird time. I didn't feel young, I didn't feel old, I felt a bit strange. Like today, you would just feel young, I think. And then I got to 40 and I thought, now I feel grown up now. And I did, funnily enough, because I suppose because you thought about it so much. And then when I got to 50... then I felt like I was middle-aged then. And then I always thought that when I was 60, then I would be like officially old. Obviously, we're younger today for our ages, but, you know, like in the scheme of things, then you would be starting, you know, your older age, you know, sort of thing. And, of course, that's coming next year now. And it's only a year, so I'm not going to be any different then to I am now. So basically, it's here, isn't it? But it's been really interesting because it feels like a major milestone, whereas the other two birthdays didn't. And it feels like a major milestone, and I've really been thinking about it because, you're at the age now where, say when you're 60, well, you don't know what you're going to be like, or if you're going to be here when you're 70. I mean, most of us will be, but you never know, do you? And then after that, and you sort of think to yourself, well, not in a negative way, but you sort of are aware, that you should look after yourself a bit better because you want to enjoy life for longer and be fitter for longer, and it becomes something that you think about more. So that's my on my mind this year. So from now onward, really, because I can't be bothered to sit around. I'm not going to sit around for a year and say, oh, I'm 60 next year, so I'm going to make a major changes next year. I make changes now, so I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier. We need to walk more often than we do. Just things like that. Not like a major life crisis, but like a midlife crisis, that kind of thing. But just to be more aware of healthier living and healthier eating and that kind of thing. Because you don't want to be giving away years, do you, of fitness and health, and you want to go on as long as possible, as healthy as possible, do you? Because why give everyone a break? Why make it easy on them all? Oh, well, that's okay, then we won't have to worry about that one. It's like you've got to stay around and prove them wrong, haven't you? So I'll be on in 20 years, still making my videos, and I'll be this little fuddy-duddy old lady, who just comes on and does her videos and tells you about random things and forgets half of what she's going to say. So I'm going to leave it there now, and I'm going to get my other babies ready. Well, they're all dressed, but I've got to set up get them all out of the cribs and different things, and get them all organised and do our theme Thursday. I think Scarlett looks lovely in this outfit. I'm just going to move the thing down. It's really nice, isn't it? That's lovely, that outfit. I really like that. The colours are quite nice on her actually too. So she's not quite in theme Thursday, but she does have some pink on her top, and with the white, it's sort of in the pastel colours, isn't it? I did actually get her an outfit out for theme Thursday. I got her a creamy colour hat, and a lovely sort of mint green baby grow, but I'll leave that for now so that I'm not changing her again. Bless her. I'll just leave her in the one she's in. So bye for now, and I'll upload this one and then I'll go and make my theme Thursday. So bye for now. Take care, everyone. Be kind to yourselves and each other. Bye for now. Bye.